Okay, you know what? I wasn't even gonna sure if I was gonna do a review on this show, to be honest, cause honestly, I didn't even know this was gonna be a takeover on Sunday today, and or just in general, I didn't even find out about this takeover till last Wednesday. But you know what? I said I was gonna watch it, and if anything important would happen, I would review this show. And it looks like something did important happen on this show for NXT Takeover Blackpool. I'm sorry, NXT UK Takeover Blackpool 2. Now, yeah, I did a review about this about a year ago during this time, and I enjoyed the show a lot. And did I enjoy this show? I did. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know everybody on this show. I know most of the people that are on this card, but do I watch the NXT UK? Nope, I don't. So, I don't know what's really going on, and I know they've been bringing a lot of the UK guys on NXT in the past few months now, and you know this Worlds Collide thing is coming on pretty soon. So we saw about some of that last Wednesday, and I'm sure it'll be that in the coming weeks for NXT versus NXT UK, the Worlds Collide. And there was a lot, especially going in tonight, about this too. So what was going to happen on this takeover, NXT UK takeover, though, I should say, Blackpool 2 at the the Empress Ballroom again. And I will say this is a good show. I'm not saying this is a bad show in general. Very fun show. It's takeover. I think it came on about 11 a.m. Earlier today and whatnot. I watched some of it. I had to leave because I had to go to dentist and whatnot. But I did come back to watch the last two matches of this takeover today. But, that's probably why I'm doing this review so late. But, between this show and I got another pay-per-view later on tonight, we'll get to that soon enough, too. Let's talk about NXT UK TakeOver, huh? What happened on TakeOver Blackpool 2? First match we do kick off the show, is Trent Severn versus Eddie Dennis. Tom Phillips and Nigel McGuinness were on commentary. I don't know a lot about Eddie Dennis, so I'm going to do the best I can with this, but this was still a very good match to kick off the show between him and Trent Severn, from Mustache Mountain and whatnot. Some crazy stuff throughout this match. I know Eddie Dennis, I guess he was the heel here, trying to take off the turnbuckle pads. Referee had caught him, but the pad fell after Severn. He pretty much knocked Dennis off the corner and suplexed him in the ring for two. He didn't try to go for his 7-star lariat, or it looked like a rainmaker, I believe. Dennis ended up ducking it and knocking him into the exposed turnbuckle. One crazy thing was that Dennis, he was going to do a razor's edge on the turnbuckle, but he threw him on the outside of the ring off of some ring crew guy on top of him. So looked like he almost hit his neck on the barricade because I think the ring and the barricade were a little bit too close, I believe, but he hit on the barricade and whatnot. Well, the guy he threw him into and everything, pretty much knocking both guys down. Pretty sick spot, I will say that. Dennis came and covered 7, but 2 count. Eddie came back with the what they call the neck stop driver and whatnot. Some say it was like an emerald flosion or something for the 3. So Eddie Dennis got the win right here. Listen, it was a good match, I will say that. I don't know a lot about the guy, but that spot did look pretty crazy when he razor's edged him to the outside of the ring and just threw him on top of some ring crew guy. Next was the NXT UK Women's Championship on the line. Kaylee Ray versus Toni Storm versus Piper Niven. After going over the video package, I guess they're going at the Raw friends and whatnot. This was a very good triple threat match. I will say, very enjoyable. And whatnot. Honestly, some people believe that if Toni Storm is even still in the UK show, but she still is. But this was a good back and forth in this match several times. Piper Niven, I will say, can do a lot of sentons or somersaults or whatnot, which was insane, especially doing a senton on top of the the barricade and one onto the steel steps on Kaylee Ray. I know there was a chair around Toni Storm's head, but Piper Niven pretty much blocked it, taking her out. Storm had the chair in, pretty much looked at Piper Niven like she was going to use it. Kaylee Ray, I guess, was trying to make both of them turn on each other. She threw the chair down as she on the apron laughing. Storm pretty much got her, and they both knocked down the ringside. Niven hit a cannonball onto Kaylee Ray and outside. It was a cannonball, not a freaking senton. Why I say senton earlier, but Kaylee Ray pretty much came back with a senton top rope on Toni Storm, and Niven to the outside, taking them both out. Next thing you know, she hit a which by the way, she hit the senton or whatnot. The back of they said Kaylee Ray's leg, which looked pretty sick. If you go back and look at the replay, her leg hit the barricade really hard, but she was able to get back up and everything. Piper Niven pretty much got Toni Storm and pretty much powerbombed her. This is a cool thing too. Kaylee Ray went for like a senton on Piper Niven and whatnot, but pretty much move. She landed on Storm. Niven pretty much powerbombed Ray and hit away Michinoku driver for the 2 count. Kaylee Ray got a crazy gory bomb on Piper Niven for the pin, but did not work because Toni Storm pretty much stopped the referee from counting, so she grabbed the referee's hand and whatnot, stopping it. Of course, and I'm starting to call this obligatory now, the obligatory Canadian Destroyer happens. Piper Niven does that on Kaylee Ray, taking her out. Storm came back in, got her with a kick, and it hit the Storm 0 finish on her. Storm pretty much at the pin, but Niven broke it up after she hit on Kaylee Ray. Next thing you know, she had another. She went for a like Storm 0 on Piper Niven, but I don't think she was able to pick her up all the way, so it looked like some pedigree like move or something. She didn't hit a no, one thing I did like is when she hit the Storm 0 on Kaylee Ray and then Storm 0 on the top of Piper Niven. That was good, but she went for a frog splash then. She got it, but Kaylee Ray came back with a super kick, knocking Storm out of the ring, getting the pin over Piper Niven to retain the NXT UK Women's Championship. So overall, a very good triple threat match. A lot of good back and forth and whatnot. So Kaylee Ray still retains the championship and whatnot. Like I said, I don't really know the whole story about all this. I only know a little about the Kaylee Ray and Toni Storm in general, but I don't know really how Piper Niven was involved in this. Going by the video package, I guess it's a little bit easier to kind of calculate and everything, but still a very good match though. Next, Tyler Bate versus Jordan Devlin, or some like to say Finn Balor number 2. This was a great match. This was great. I like this match a lot. Probably maybe one of the best ones out of the night. Tyler Bate is just freaking insane sometimes. Actually going out the top ropes, hit a code breaker on Devlin out there and everything, which was insane. One thing Tyler Bate does, and I don't know how he's not dizzy from this, he did that airplane spin, I swear, for almost 5 minutes out there. So he slowed up and then he sped up again, spinning him and spinning him and spinning him and spinning him and spinning him, hitting him Brain Buster for the 2 count then, pretty much both on the outside then after that. Referees counting. They pretty much start going back with punches in the ring, like straight up strong strikes too, by the way, too. Like just legit punches to the face and the gut or whatnot. Crowd goes nuts for it. Devlin pretty much came back and hit another kick on him, but Bate, he was going to go for his bop up thing, that thing he does his arm like this and then the punch, but he came back with that running front kick he does then on Devlin. Bate went for the Tyler Driver 97, but Devlin got out of it. Hit a big Spanish fly across the ropes then on him, which was pretty insane, and he hit another Spanish fly from the top rope and everything for a 2 count. Bate came back with a headbutt then after that, hit a big springboard DDT off the top rope, springboard DDT, hit the Tyler Driver 97, kick out then. I actually thought that was the finish then, but he got back up to the top rope, crazy and then just hit a big corkscrew on him for the win. So Tyler Bate was able to defeat Jordan Devlin. Very great match. Probably one of the best ones of the night if you ask me. So crowd was really into this, enjoyed it, and they also showed Johnny Saint, William Regal, and Triple H standing, pretty much giving a round of applause to Tyler Bate in the ring as he celebrated. So a very great match in general from both Devlin and Tyler Bate on there. So I like that match a lot. Next, the NXT UK Tag Team titles on the line, Fatal 4-Way ladder match. Gallus, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang versus the Grizzled Young Veterans Zach Gibson and James Drake versus Imperium, Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel versus Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. This was insane. this whole match was well, it was insane for what it was, I should say. Of course, we had to have chairs in here. You know, a lot of people on the outside from around a long time, I think, due to selling and whatnot, because there's just so many people in this match. But I'm going to try to go through most of the spots I can from this, because fans that wanted tables also in this match. Also, Andrews doing a shooting star press off the ladder onto Coffey was insane. Webster had the ladder leaning off the middle rope, going for, I guess, one of Imperium, but Imperium hit like a springboard moonsault onto more Webster, because the ladder was like leaning on the ropes, and like I said, Ackner does that springboard moonsault onto Webster that looked pretty brutal. Imperium was going up to the top, but the Grizzled Young Veterans took them out, got a taller ladder. Then next thing you know, we got all these ladders, just several ladders, just, you know, all between each other. Everybody's trying to climb up it. I know Webster had put a ladder in between one of the ladders, though, also, you know, standing like a bridge and whatnot. But as they're all trying to get up to the ladders, multiple of them kept falling off as they punched each other off the ladders. But Drake hit a 450 off the ladder onto Andrews then, which was insane. Of course, there were more ladders set up to the outside of the ring also, which was insane too. Then there was the table spot, which I think they had made this up at the last second, or an impromptu one, because they had knocked Coffey onto the table, but the table did not break. So next thing you know, both Mark Andrews and Webster, which I would call the spot of the night here, hit a very big double swanton bomb onto Coffey, Wolfgang out there. I'm sorry, it was Wolfgang hit the swanton onto to the outside of the ring as they climbed up the ladder. So that was insane, because the table did not break, what do we do? Let's go for something crazy. Pretty much as they said, they were channeling their inner Jeff Hardy right there. But Andrews and Webster went for the titles then, but the Grizzled Young Veterans stopped them and whatnot. Next thing you know, Mark Andrews got a kendo stick, and he beat the hell out of both the Grizzled Young Veterans with it, knocking both of them out with the kendo stick. But Imperium got back in with a brainbuster. Pretty much as they climbed the ladder, then Coffey cut them off. Coffey was trying to get a German suplex on Bartel, but as he held onto the ladder, Ackner held onto the ladder, but they ended up pulling the ladder too, all the way to the ground. But Wolfgang got back in, and he speared Ackner through the ladder, I should say, in the corner. Coffey pretty much shoved Bartel off, knocking into everybody at ringside, and both Gallus there got to the top and retained their tag team championship. So, of course, some insane spots in this ladder match itself. So, I liked it. Still a great match overall. And in general, you knew this was going to be a car wreck out there. You know it was going to be just an insane spot fest. Well, I wouldn't say spot fest all the way, but you were going to see some big spots during this match in general, so you know how crazy it was going to be. But the crowd loved it. But then we get to the main event, Walter versus Joe Coffey for the NXT, or just I should say the UK Championship. I don't think I need to say NXT UK Championship, because it was always called the UK Championship in general, and whatnot. This was insane. Wow. What do I have to say about this match? Other than, you know, refs getting knocked down and whatnot, of course, you knew how this was going to go between Walter and Coffey. One thing I did like was when Coffey had knocked Walter to the outside of the ring, and he went to the crowd and then ran back in and hit like a big, like, shoulder block on him. Like he looks like a missile flying at you, Coffey. Just like a missile just flying into Walter and whatnot. But Coffey was able to German suplex on him then to take down Walter. But as they were both going back and forth, Walter got back up, and of course he does that running drop kick, killing the referee. I would say he killed the referee. That's basically what happened. Killed him. Coffey came back with a power bomb on Walter then, but then next thing you know, Alexander Wolf came out, pretty much kicking Coffey, trying to help Walter off. But next, Ilja Dragunov, I don't know a lot about him. I know he faced Cesaro in that last takeover a few months ago, but hit him with a big Dragunov came back, knocking him down, pretty much taking down Wolf, but he did this kick, and I think it knocked him into Coffey, which also hurt his knee. The knee was an injury throughout this match. Walter took down Dragunov and pretty much went back out to Coffey and powerbombed him to the apron then. But next thing you know, pretty much Dragunov and Wolf were gone in at this point. Walter got a clothesline on him. Another referee came out, only got the 2 count then. Like I said, Wolf tried to come back, but, like I said, they fought to the back. Of course, the chops come in, which is going to be insane. Coffey had him on the ropes, but the knee was still hurting. He was trying to get him. Walter tried to chop him down, but Coffey would not give up. He hit a big suplex off the ropes. Pretty much both guys were down. Walter went back to Coffey's knee. He get a big splash real quick, but still kick out then. Coffey got up in like a big discus elbow, but Walter got out the way. He put the sleeper hold in on him into a suplex. Then he hit a power bomb. Got a big kick onto Coffey's back. Walter had power bombed and then put him in the sleeper, like a modified sleeper, almost like a crossface in a way. And Coffey eventually tapped out for almost nearly 30 minutes. Both of these guys kind of went to war or whatnot. In a way, I kind of expected a ref bump, of course. I wouldn't say overbooked all the way, but still a very good match in itself. But then the biggest thing, I'm sure, throughout the night was what happened after. As Imperium all got in the ring to help Walter up. They all, did their pose in the ring. But next thing you know, as the credits went to the show, what happens? The crowd starts going nuts. And next thing you know, all the Undisputed Era comes in. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly pretty much start beating up Imperium. Crowd is just going apeshit all over this place in the in this building. The crowd's going nuts and whatnot. All Undisputed Era beating up Imperium. Then, Walter and Cole have a big stare down. But then next thing you know, the Undisputed Era start jumping Walter. Walter came with a big chop on one of them, but the numbers game happened then. Fans started chanting NXT. Undisputed Era pretty much still beat them all of Imperium, keep him up at ringside. Cole held up Walter, hit the last shot on Walter. And then next thing you know, Undisputed Era did their big pose, and that closed the show. I was waiting for Adam Cole Bate to happen. At least a big champ. But the crowd went ballistics when they saw the Undisputed come out. So the war begins now. Which, I said this the other day, which is kind of funny with this Worlds Collide NXT versus NXT UK. I'm like, weren't y'all just teaming up like all a month ago to fight Raw and SmackDown? Like, we had to ban both NXTs together. Well, of course, they got it's Triple H. He's the one running this show at the end of the day. So it's like they all got, it's like, everybody's got to drop the few. We all got to listen to Triple H. But now it's like UK versus regular NXT, American one. I know we saw the UK guys on the show last Wednesday. I'm sure it'll be a rebuttal this Wednesday on the show. So I guess you could say the Undisputed Era laid the first shot. So do not expect Imperium to attack. I figured this match was going to happen sooner or later in time. I said, you know what? They may do Imperium versus Undisputed Era soon enough. And it looks like that's going to happen in Worlds Collide. So Undisputed Era end up laying out the first shot on Imperium, so watch out to see what's going to happen from that. I will say so that's going to be a great match when that happens. But the build now continues into Worlds Collide, so at least they're trying to make this show important to do this NXT versus NXT UK, and I'm sure throughout the coming weeks we will see these people go back and forth through shows, because we saw Undisputed Era tonight I should say, well, in the UK tonight, but today if you saw it earlier this morning and whatnot. But overall, another fun NXT takeover, whatnot, UK takeover. Okay, Rob, that's a UK takeovers review before. It's not really the long one this time, but listen, I don't know everybody or all the feuds that are going on here, but it was still a very fun show to watch. If you got time throughout the day, give it a shot, because I was gonna watch it, but I wasn't gonna sure if I was gonna review it. But now, since I've seen some important stuff on it, I was like, okay, maybe I will review the show now. I will give this a shot at everything and whatnot. But that is my review of NXT UK Takeover Blackpool 2. But I will be back later on the night, though. I still do have a Hard to Kill review to come up for Impact. And I'm going to address that controversy that's been happening yesterday in regards to the Tessa Blanchard situation also. I will say in the next review, maybe an audio review tonight if I feel like it. Maybe not video. I know I'm doing video now, but I could do an audio later on tonight. But hey, we'll see whatever I feel like. It depends, okay? But as I said, we will have a review later on tonight, though. But, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this show. What do you think about the NXT UK Takeover Blackpool 2? And, thoughts on, I guess, the build to Worlds Collide now, since I guess the Undisputed Era made the first shot. But follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. What else of whatnot? I should say also, I know people's been wrong on the internet in the past couple days, but well, I should say since last night. But rest in peace, La Parka, which I guess if people don't know, and I guess I'll just say this: if you don't know, that La Parka, it is not the WCW and currently MLW La Parka. This is a different La Parka. It's in AAA. I kind of know this just because I saw that Triple Mania show, and I remember like being 2-3 La Parkas on the ring. I don't know why they have this many La Parkas, but still a sad situation to what happened to that La Parka in AAA, which is a very bad injury, which is just. Wow, man, fucking suicide. Wait, he hit a suicide dive and hit the barricade, and it's been going on since November. So I'm sure a lot of people got confused about which La Parka was it that died, though. So I just want to confirm it was not the WCW MLW La Parka that died, though. So I just wanted to, make sure people kind of knew that in a way. But overall, though, I will be back later tonight. I will have a Hard to Kill review. Could it be audio? Could it be video? I don't know, but we'll see. Other than that, though, I'm out of here. Blah, blah, blah. F Lifetime, whatever, etc., etc. Yeah, get ready for the Hard to Kill review later on. I'm done with the NXT Takeover UK. NXT UK Takeover Blackpool 2 review. If I say that wrong sometimes, I keep saying NXT UK, but then NXT UK or... let me stop right now. I'm done with this review. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. See any other reviews. Peace out.